All right, hello everybody, and welcome to a nice, friendly little match between Pathfinders and Baddies of the North. I'm actually pretty excited for this one. I feel like this should be a pretty balanced match. It's like one of those matches where I've seen players cross over to both of these teams. I'm almost certain of it. I've seen these guys play for each other in various tournaments. So it's Battle of the Friends. That's what I'm thinking. Either way, we got about 15 seconds before the curtain drops. Supplies are dropping. We're a little far to the north right now. I'm way up here, kind of looking at it at an angle right now. So you can see that the allies are dropping supplies right about there. Just to the west. Looks like almost, not quite all the way over to AA Network. But let's see if we can get some of these rocket snipes here at the start. I see 2 ATs at least riding on top of that truck. One's jumping off. 2 of them jumping off. What do we got going on here, boys? One of the ATs stayed on the truck, though. So I do hear some rockets going across down there to the south. That rocket immediately looks short to me. Several rockets going out here. I see trucks going across. Very close. It was in the general vicinity. Did not quite get a hold of anybody. Pretty good rockets. I have not seen any return rockets. There is a truck that just got taken out right there. That was one of their starting trucks. Going right down the center. I don't know how many guys were left in it, but they definitely lost one of their started trucks. Rockets coming across right below us. These guys starting to run into each other. Bellion is the first one I see go down. There goes their truck as well. Looks like they got the Puma here holding down this eastern flank. Baddies of the North immediately taking control of Pierre's farm after the loss of that truck for Pathfinders. That's 2 games in a row we saw him lose a truck at the start. Let's see what caught it this time. They have quite a few guys over here in the east now. Looks like they're relying on that eastern garrison that's probably set up. Yes, they actually have a beautiful looking garrison spread. Decent garrison spread as well from Baddies of the North. Rockets going off into the Stewart as the Lukes is lighting him up. Looks like a truck just went down right there, I think. There goes the Stewart to Kugo. More rockets coming in. Crazy Boots also hit him, but he was already down. Quite a few infantrymen over there to the eastern side of the map for Pathfinders. Maybe they can swing through over there. Let's take a quick look over what's going on in the west. Big fight breaking out over here at A Network. Explosions going on. I think it's just start-off trucks getting taken out. Muro gets a hold of Ant just as he turned and looked in that direction. He's going to run up behind. Gets taken out by Zulu Vivid before he can make the OP in the trench. Zulu Vivid looking pretty lonely right about now here on the west side. Zulu Vivid goes down, I think, to Bendy over there in the house. There's the spawning on the OP, though. Should be able to keep that alive further to the west. You can see that there's a fight breaking out over here at the 5 points. Baddies of the North has complete control of the 5 points. And here goes the capture. Just 6 minutes in, Baddies of the North have taken control of Pierre's farm. Still massive amounts of infantry for Pathfinders over here on the eastern edge of the map. They're taking a lot of fire from these tanks over here. Let's take a minute to look at the map. This line has spread all the way across. Both teams all the way across. A lot of armor built up here at Pierre's farm for Baddies of the North. Looks like all of the armor that is left for Pathfinders just over here on the eastern edge of the map. Do have one Stewart who looks like he's engaging with that Lukes who was over there. You can see the Lukes over here hiding behind the hedgerows. Stewart catches some rockets from the front. Crazy Boots hits him with a rocket. Is that another Lukes? It is indeed Lukes rocketing his way down the pizza slice. He's going to try and get around behind that Stewart. He's going to run into this other tank in a second if he's not careful, but he might get the garrison. Should be able to see that garrison. The driver definitely should be able to see it. Gets the AT gun. Gets the garrison. Can he make it around the tank without getting taken out? He does not. Sorry, I got distracted with the paint job. I never noticed that before. Is that like a skin? Did they add tank skins? I thought I remembered somebody saying at one point they wanted to add tank skins. Over here in the very center, Pathfinders with a pretty big build-up here. It's hard to break past these houses, though. You've got one avenue of approach down this hedgerow. The same avenue that Baddies of the North is actually making their way down right now. Free the Chicken pops out. I would have expected him to get spotted, but I think that smoke is actually protecting him right now. Kind of curious what they're shooting at over there. Yeah, they got blasted by the tank from across the way over there. Gugo out in the open. Gets taken out. Take another look at the map, see what's going on. It looks like Baddies of the North is actually making their way up the pizza slice now. This tank now being pushed back. The P4 moving up. P4 with a shot on the medium, and the medium goes down. Baddies of the North making significant progress over here on the eastern end of the map. After the loss of that garrison, Pathfinders having a hard time reestablishing themselves over here. They have this garrison, but they basically got to go all the way up and around. Commander should be able to get a garrison up here, I think. Might need to. I don't know if he wants to or not, though. He might want that garrison more like over here or something. He's even dropping supplies, trying to... Oh, they got the garrison back up. Disregard. They got the garrison back up. That's good for them. They need to get these reinforcements back in here. There's a big fight happening here. They're trying to keep this garrison alive. The P4 is still nearby. It's not really pushing, though. He is damaged. Yeah, they got to jump out and do some repairs. We'll see if they can get these guys forward. Taking casualties, though, from China Guy hiding in the bushes there. It's a pretty aggressive push from Baddies of the North here. These guys are really pressuring this eastern side of the map. Ooh, they traded. But, man, Baddies of the North, yeah. Okay, so they made progress here. They've pushed past A network over in the center. Starting to push Pathfinders out of the hedgerows here. Pressuring them here just past A network. Looks like Baddies of the North has taken control of the 5 points. They have Pathfinders pushed back to the trenches on the top of the hill. They also control the hill above Dugout. They can see they're using their recon here. John Foreskin standing in one of my favorite spots. Just peeking over that hedge. Getting the kills, too. Oh, Domo there. Also recon. Recon fight. Can Domo spot him? Trying to lock onto him. Come on. Oh, what just happened? Whoa, 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 whoa. Where am I? What the hell? How did I get over here? Oh, because Domo's way over there and I let go too soon. Okay, my bad. I apologize for that craziness. That confused me too. I thought Domo was here in the trenches. So no, that makes sense why it just did what it did. I jumped to Domo, but I hit the button too fast, so it let go mid-flight. Anyways, this garrison's still holding over on the eastern edge of the map, dropping supplies here on the west. They have an okay push going on down here, but that's so far from Pierre's. If they can get around behind, maybe they can get some pressure going on. Force Baddies of the North to pull some reinforcements that way. Pyrochemist has now made it past. Got taken out by the artillery, but Baddies of the North slowly starting to continue this forward push over here on the eastern edge of the map. This garrison is still active. I can see it down there on the left, on the bottom left side of the screen. Feels it's not like exposed, but anybody who spawns out has got to run away from this hay bale. QQ. QQ lighting these guys up as they're trying to run out into the open. Pathfinders stabilizing in the east a little bit. They do have quite a bit of infantry here. These guys taking their time, taking up shooting positions. Getting the kills. Taking casualties as well, though. My bigger concern is these guys who have broken through in the center here now for Baddies of the North. They've managed to take control of everything here except for freezing Taz. Looks like they took out most of the spawns. I mean, this is in their zone, but it's like the most forward position for Pathfinders, and they've lost it, so that's unfortunate for them. Have been pushed back to their garrison here in the center as well. R2 and Y's getting lit up from the machine gun way back there. He is so far away. How he even sees them, I don't know, but he does. He does somehow. Trying to push back up, trying to retake this house, getting lit up. Communicating. I can't hear what they're saying, but they're definitely communicating. R2 now down in the wheat. Wise gets taken out. Oh, and R2 gets taken out by a grenade as well. That push gets completely cleaned up. Pyrochemist up on them. Just crawling up the hedgerow. Whitty didn't see him. He was right there. I'm waiting for somebody to do something. There comes Miori. Pop that corner for a second. Pyrochemist gets Whitty. Miori. Oh, he had grenade out, I think. Gets Pyrochemist in the back. Pyrochemist did not get his OP up. His OP's actually way back here. So that was a good push by him. These guys still making forward progress here in the center. Pathfinder's still holding just north of AA Network. Looks like they're pressuring 5 points now. Got a couple of guys making it up in there. Squashburn right on the edge. Ooh, looks like he just got an OP. Gets Campo, comes around the corner, making a good push. And now we got another tank pushing out from Baddies of the North. He's going to help take control of the center here. He's going to blow up that truck. Looks like, maybe. Oh, Greyhound. Oh, everybody's trying to catch the Greyhound with the rockets. He's running. Can he spot that garrison? How many? It's just a 2-man. They might be able to get their hands on this garrison. If they spot it or know where, have an idea where it is. Did he see it? Did he see it as he went past? I don't think he did. Garrison will survive. He's going to search over here for the garrison. It's the more common spot. People like to put it between the houses and stuff, right in the zone. The Greyhound is surviving. He's being chased by ATs. Ooh, Free the Chicken almost got a hold of him. That was a swing in the bench from Yoshi. Kind of looks like the P4 repositioning. Did he just get a garrison? Was there a garrison there? I bet there was. I just didn't see it. He stopped and blew something up, so that's my guess. I don't really see any ATs over here. Let's see if he pulls out after this P4. P4's turning around. He's going to catch him in the opening right here. Oh, a swing and a miss. He popped a few OPs as he went through, too. China guy's right there. Oh, but China guy got taken out by the tank behind. The Greyhound makes it through. He makes it. Some nice driving by, who's driving? 2 cents? 2 cents doing the driving? That's still actually really helped these guys out, too, because it looks like Badges of the North has made some progress with their infantry over here again. Pushing up on this house. Terry gets taken down. There goes the Greyhound. Finally gets taken down by Dunce after he drove across the entire map. All right, let's back the camera up. Let's take a look at what's going on with the map. P4 still anchoring this position for Badges of the North. It does look like Pathfinders has made some progress over here in the west. They've managed to take control of Dugout and almost entirely. They've got one squad going past him. Fluffy Shadow Cat. Looked like he was heading this way. Oh. Got it with a grenade. A hell of a throw. Swift managed to spawn in, though, so should be able to get that OP back up. They're looking for him. Well, he got the OP, but the squad leader spawned in, but you'll be able to get that back up. We'll see if they get around behind, you know. If nobody's really watching, they think that OP's gone. Here comes the supply truck. They might swing that squad around. In the meantime, Fluffy Shadow Cat making his way around. He's all the way in the locked zone. He might be trying to get over here somewhere. Get an OP up on the backside. We'll give him a few minutes, see if he makes it into place. Ooh, here comes this P4. Has pushed up above 5 points. Now hammering the trenches. Looks like they're trying to clear this push out. Just saying how these guys made progress over here in the west. And so now Baddies of the North has immediately shoved a P4 into their face. Just blasting the trenches. Point blank. Unusually hard to say for some reason. Slug trying to get some rockets onto him. He's gonna shoot him in the front though. Gets blasted by the P4 instead. Oh, looks like there was a Puma over here. Gets taken down by Victor. Pathfinders making a pretty good push here just north of AA Network. Gotta make sure that they protect this area around cattle sheds. Hal 9000 makes it into the house. He's the squad leader. Oh, did he? I was trying to lock onto him. Did he just get a knife kill? Probably not, but I didn't hear a shot. That's too bad. If I could have locked onto him, I might have known. Now I'll never know. I hear a lot of already going on over here. Oh, over here in the east, Baddies of the North has finally broken through. They've taken control of the house. They've cleared the garrison. They've forced the 76 back behind the next trench. Or hedgerow, I mean. P4 now pushing out. P4 should be able to get a hit on this, I think. Is he a 2-man? No, he's 3. I feel like he could have hit that 76, but maybe he just didn't want to engage. Now, instead of pushing into this tank and this infantry, it looks like Baddies of the North has taken the opportunity to start pushing their infantry to the west and clear out the front door of Pierre's Farm there on the main red road. I do see that P4 has pushed over again. I'm wondering if he's going to try and engage this 76. 76 is backing up. I don't think he's got a shot on him. Negative. P4 fully backed off. Does not want to engage with that 76, and I don't blame him. Now, there is another tank over here for Pathfinders helping anchor this down. Actually, it looks like he's more trying to engage that P4 over there. If they can clear that P4 out of there, they could retake the eastern sector. Maybe even start pushing some guys down Pizza Slice. This P4 has been a thorn in their side over there. They have made some forward progress here in the center. A couple of guys have managed to slip through here in the middle. PFR R-dubs. This is OP. It's right here. They just spawned in below us, so they've got an OP up here. They've got some control. Can Sig take down Free the Chicken? Negative. Free the Chicken taking everybody out. The machine gun fire coming from back here from Arthur. Just lighting everybody up. I guess so these guys can't hardly use that road at all. Sometimes it almost bothers me how good these machine gunners are. Like, you can't even peek out and sight in on them before they're shooting you. I don't know how they do it, but they do. They just do. Oh no, flank attack coming in from Pyrochemist. Might clear out this OP. He's throwing out the grenades. They've got a nice push coming up from behind it too. These guys are feeling a little pinned down here, taking more casualties as Baddies of the North trying to push up and over. I think that... Oh no, the OP is still alive. OP's still alive. Pyrochemist is actually behind, but he's... No, Pyrochemist is down now. Oh, the OP gets cleared with a grenade, though. This push has been stopped by Baddies of the North. Miro, as a squad leader, slipping through the wheat field. Could potentially get around behind if he can slip into this little... It's almost like an alleyway between the hedgerows here. You get down in here, you get in this ditch, and you put an OP in here. Is common anyways. He anywhere he puts it. Yeah, there it is. Gets freezing Taz in the back as well. He's not... Oh, Zavali. Okay, I was going to say, you don't hear it? Zavali just happens to run up and get him in the back. I don't know what his initial plan was, but he right in the right place at the right time to find that OP and clear him out. Wise now pushing up. Let's take a look at the map, see what's going on the map. Pathfinders still making good progress in the west. There's some intermittent fighting going on, but they've got squad leaders that are slipping through. Okay, I was gonna say, like, that. Why is that shelled out on that side? But they did manage to slip a squad way down here to the south. Fluffy Shadow Cat. Very close to that garrison. Didn't find it. Probably not exactly looking for it. 9 maybe looking to go back that way. Nine exchanging with Keanu. There's Bendy spawning in on the garrison. Oh, Bendy goes down to 9. Keanu taking some shots. Bendy returning fire. He's going to go for the rocket. Oh, no. Oh, Keanu gets taken down by Fluffy Shadowcat, who flanked around. 9's going to run away, though. He's not going to go for the garrison. Is that an OP or a garrison? It is another garrison over here as well. 9 should see all those guys and have a general idea that there's some sort of spawn over there. Fluffy Shadowcat got taken down as well. Here comes Wink off of this OP as well. Just causing a little bit of chaos in the back lines. And while this is happening, you got some Pathfinders guys that are starting to pressure AA Network. Does look like Pathfinders has managed to take back control of the south side of cattle sheds, north of AA Network. Depending on how you want to look at it. I mean, this house is like the center point between the two zones. Very important position. Pathfinders has taken back control of it, now starting to push into the flank of Baddies of the North's attack over here in the eastern part of the map. Both sides taking some casualties. PFR R-Dubs making his way down the hedgerow. It's got to be close to something because they're throwing grenades at him. Will he spot XL? They're so close to each other. R-Dub spots XL and takes him down. Before getting taken out himself. There is a Tiger back over there. Bombing run coming through. Should be able to take out Arthur. Maybe. Oh, yeah, got him. So, does he use a truck to get on this rooftop? And then I'm assuming he used that rooftop to get on top of the water tower thing. Grain feeder, whatever that is. This thingy. Does it say? Looks like it says grain. Grain, delicious. Over here in the east, this P4, I don't know if it's the same P4 or not, but if it is, they have had this thing for ages. They've even taken out this 76 that was over here. Looks like Dunce was... They must have just done this. While I was looking at the grain feeder, they were taking out 76. I have failed you as a caster. Dunce just holding down this position. The P4 has fallen back for repairs. Rocket's going across from Dunce. Not sure if he got anything over there. Gets taken out by Armadillo. Some random rockets is coming out from LaFunk. No, it wasn't LaFunk. Who was that? Was it Zwak? Supplies coming down for Pathfinders. Looks like they want to get their garrison back up here. They've got a half track just below us here, so they have backup spawns and everything back here. Medium is smoking up over here. What is he engaging? I wonder if he's dueling that Tiger, I think, who is there. He's now repositioning over to the west side of the map. Might have to take the place of that 76. Let's take a look what's going on for the tanks. There is another heavy coming out. Ooh. There is at least one squad that has managed to slip around behind for Baddies of the North over here. Swift. Right on top of this garrison, too. Not even close enough to light it up. The OP's even lit up. Looks like... Went right past it. Fluffy Shadow Cat. Pops the OP. Gets him. Some panic shooting right there from both of them. I know. I feel for Architect there being lit up like that while you have a bolt action rifle. Swift now laying low, looking to get his OP back up. Not a bad plan. Just hang out right there, get your OP back up on the backside of their lines, get some more pressure on. It's almost amazing they found him so fast. He must have lit this garrison up for a split second. There is a Luke's pushing through right below us as a solo. Already has some AT spawning in behind him. I don't know if he was spotted, called out maybe. Definitely some ATs back there. Driving right past Swift. Just going to come up here and maybe get this garrison. Deputy Dingaling might have just drew his attention. I don't know. They might have already known that garrison was there. Let's take a look at the map while he comes around the corner and blows up that garrison. Does look like Baddies of the North is making some good progress over here in the east again. So as soon as he's done blowing up this garrison, he missed. He got it. There it is. Let's head back over there and see what's going on. This might be the distraction that Swift needs. These guys are pushing so hard over here in the east. Yeah, I guess they're not pushing that hard. They did reposition this medium over here. Does look like, is that still that P4? Yes. Will he be able to get shots on this guy? Doesn't look like it. He's repositioning this way now. And, you know, he's been so careful with that P4 all match long, with the exception of pushing out to destroy the 76. Kind of lament missing that fight. I wonder how they did it. Did see a ricochet come off the medium, but he's still doing just fine. Lighting these guys out. Things are feeling pretty stable over here in the east. Let's head back over to the west. I want to see what's going on with Swift. Baddies of the North starting to push forward again here in the center. Feels a little open here in the middle, honestly. Ant pushing up by himself. Needs to get his OP up. Does not make it. This is a big push. Was that supplies? Yes, it was supplies. So it looks like Baddies of the North can be able to get a garrison up here on the front door of Cattle Sheds. Or close to it. I see Pyrochemist just slipped through again over there too. He has been doing a phenomenal job infiltrating. think Freezing Taz spotted him. Oh, but he spotted Taz. Baddies to the north with some more infiltration. Did he just get a kill? What was that shooting? R2 spawning in over there. That's just an OP. There's no garrison back here. He's around behind it. R2 shooting the other way. Pyrochemist has slipped through. So now Swift and Pyrochemist are on the back side of their lines. They've got a couple of squad leaders in here, and you can just feel it. They're losing 2 rifles on the battlefield, but in a few minutes they're going to have a couple of OPs up in key positions, and all of a sudden there's going to be enemies behind Pathfinder's lines. Pyrochemist laying low. I don't know if he's just waiting to make sure nobody's followed him. Maybe he's on cooldown. I don't know. He's back there, though. He's got Freezing Taz headed that way. Taz more interested in getting himself set up back on the road, though, as a machine gunner. Swift still in position over here in the west. Some pretty big spawn-ins going on here at Breakor for Pathfinders. They've got the Stewart supporting them over here, but... Oh, with supplies. I just looked different. Looked weird. Looked like an airhead for some reason, and I just couldn't fathom why somebody would drop an airhead there. So they didn't, so that's why. Ooh, what's going on down here? Got a Puma and a Greyhound chasing each other. A Greyhound right there. Oh, does John Foreskin catch him? Oh, they're going to drive it right out in the open. There's the hit, and Anger finishes them off with the 1-2. Nice little 1-2 combo from Anger and the Puma right there. Well, that cleans up the Greyhound. I think he might have got a garrison back there, but Fluffy Shadowcat still on the backside back there. Should be able to get an OP up somewhere behind them. Not a bad plan. Get your OP somewhere in their back line and just keep harassing them. Death Vice lighting these guys up from relatively close range for a machine gun. There goes that Puma too. The things are just kind of holding over here. It does look like Pathfinders has managed to hang on to their position here. Swift making it past that garrison up there again, lighting it up. What happened to Pyrochemist? He's still over there. He's actually further east now, so... You think he's just cleaning stuff up? He's in their back line cleaning stuff up. Or is that where... No, he's further back. That's what's happening. He's like heading back to their HQ. Is that a supply can? Kinda looks like it. Kinda looks like he's gonna get a garrison set up in their back line right here. Yeah, I can't see that on the map. That's why I couldn't figure out what he was doing. I thought you could. I thought they had like a red... I don't know. Maybe they changed it. Well, he should be able to get the garrison up. I don't know why he crawled all the way up to the can first. Make sure it was there or something, I guess. I don't know. Build it as far back as possible. There it is. Garrison on the back side of Pathfinder's lines. Things are feeling pretty stable for Baddies of the North. There's no infiltrations going on, just this guy's, and you got Fluffy Shadowcat, who honestly, even as deep as he is somehow running into an OP and lighting it up. Just by chance, happens to be running right past one. Let's head back over here to the eastern side of the map. I see that P4 has got some action going on. Got infantry right on top of him here. Snowman chasing him, gets him with a rocket. He does take out the engineer who was chasing him. He is hurt. I think they got the medium that was over here because I don't see it anymore. There's the next rocket. Does light up the P4, but he's still going strong. Can he get into cover before whatever this is gets a shot? I think it's just it's a Greyhound. Even worse. I thought it was a Stuart. He's not even going to go. He's out. I'm out. They did manage to clean up the medium that was over here using this P4. I swear this is the same P4 they've had the whole match. Yeah, massive breakthrough over here in the east now. There is a big spawn in on the garrison back here. Taking some casualties already. They can keep this garrison alive, but Pyrochemist should pretty much, I don't know if he has eyes on it or not, but I would think that they could guess at this point that there's a garrison there. Here comes Dunce around the corner. That whole spawn wave got cleaned up. Dunce does get shot in the back by Armadillo, does not make it to the garrison, but that whole spawn wave got cleaned up. You got Pyrochemist watching from the window. T-Wad back there. Several squad leaders on the backside. Terry pushing up. There's the spawn in. Terry does get taken down, but again, the whole spawn wave gets cleaned up. I don't think there's going to be another spawn wave. You've got more guys pushing up. Widow pushing up. I don't think they're going to be able to bring another spawn wave on that garrison. I don't know, though. Nah, it's only been about 20 seconds. Maybe 30 at the most. Garrison's going to go down, and Baddies of the North going to continue their pressure over here on the eastern side of the map. Pathfinders now condensed down to the center. That's never a good thing. Never a good thing to be crushed down into a small zone like this. You just start catching fire from all directions. Miro gets taken down by Zulu. Vivid wide pushing out. The squad leaders running in every direction for Pathfinders, trying to get their OPs reestablished. They are down to 4 garrisons. They're looking pretty strong over here in the west. They just their eastern flank has just collapsed. 50 minutes left on the match. Starting to get close to the halfway point. A couple of squad leaders pushing out here in the center. Might be able to get some OPs up along the hedgerow here. Pathfinders can reestablish themselves along this zone. Maybe they can start spreading themselves out. They definitely could use some guys coming in from their HQ. Ooh, Swift just got taken. No, he despawned for a second. I heard shooting. I thought somebody got him. What is that tank catching? Is he catching rounds from the P4? Where's the P4? Map. P4 is still way back over here. I think he is putting rounds on that tank over there. I saw impacts, and they looked like from tank rounds, not rockets. But it could have been Crazy Boots. I could be wrong. Either way, 76 is hurt and backing off, which is not a good sign when you're all the way backed up in your HQ. Catching more rockets from the front from Crazy Boots. Here comes Kugo coming around from the backside. I don't think they realize he's there. Let's see. I think they spotted you. Oh, that was smooth. So he must be out of rockets. He's got to be out of rockets, because I don't know what else he's doing. Just fucking with him at this point. Kugo just riding around on the top of the 76 for funsies, I guess. Just going for a ride. Okay, well, I don't know what his play is. Just keeping it marked, I guess. He must have been out of rockets, because we saw him pull his tube out for just a second. Pathfinder's actually looking like they're starting to clean this up pretty decently. They've got a lot of guys over here. Let's take a look at the map. Yeah, they're cleaning this up okay. They're still catching pressures. You got T-Wad right here on top of the garrison. Flynn Rider spawning in. Flynn Rider saves the garrison from T-Wad. Baddies in the North still has pretty good amount of infantry here inside these buildings, though. Where is that P4? The P4 has moved up a little bit, but he's still just... He's got this... He's just been completely holding down this eastern side of the map for Baddies in the North. That... An immovable barrier. Black gets shot in the back by Dubs. Here comes reinforcements to take his place, though. The one taking some shots at Dubs. Doesn't get him. Dubs looked like he just threw out some grenades. Does get taken down by the one. Grenades going off in the wheat field. No casualties. Ooh, went off right behind the one. A lot of guys coming out from the HQ for Pathfinders. Over here in the center, there's a handful of baddies in the north guys trying to make their way up these narrow avenues. There seems to be enough Pathfinders guys in place to stop them. Yeah, Kurup gets taken down as he's trying to make his way up the road. So Pathfinders hold it pretty strong in the west. Still fighting over Breakor, fighting over the gardens. This P4 over here is still another nuisance. The tanks for baddies in the north. That's where the biggest issues, I think, have been for Pathfinders, is that baddies in the north tanks have been kind of pushing them around a little bit. Got this Tiger up on the hilltop now. He's in a good position to overlook cattle sheds and help this infantry push. Not sure what that is back there. It's a half track. That's a half track back there. I suppose I could have just boop looked at my map. Squashburn gets taken down. Pathfinder still has some guys here, though. They're still running around trying to clear this out. They're going to need another big spawning on their garrison here. Which Ben is very close to. Oh. Lost that love and feeling. Managed to get a rocket onto the P4. The rib killer. The rib killer. Here comes. Lost that love and feeling. Jumping out. Gets taken down. P4 trying to back off. Gets repairs up. Does catch another rocket from rib killer. Who gets cleaned up. Oh, come draw. He ran right past the garrison. He ran right past it. How did he not hear it? I can hear it just fine right here. Ow, for shame. Maybe he did it on purpose, but... Now we can see it. Oh, gets taken out by Lost That Love and Feeling. Moved himself into a commanding position and didn't drop an OP. Didn't catch the garrison. For shame. Maybe he had different plans, though. I don't know. The OP thing is forgivable, but to run past a garrison like that... Long Drive and HGK both trying to anchor down the far western edge of the map. Now, obviously, there's not a ton of fight going on over here just because, you know, the points are over here. Capture points. So let's head back over here. Does look like Baddies of the North had just started to make some progress here in the center before being cleaned up as we flew in. Pretty big push coming in over here from the east, though. Looks like Pathfinders has quite a few guys over here just unable to push across the open field. Locking down that hedgerow down there. They're actually the one who are catching the aggression. Ooh, nice rocket from Armadillo. I do see that tank over there, so maybe he can finally get rid of this P4 that's been down here for a long time. I hear a bombing run's going to come across right here in front of these guys down this hedgerow. Is going to clean all of this up, do some damage to the tank. Bellion survives because he ran. P4 is going to catch him in the open, though. There was nothing there. Oh, Bellion. Bellion's sick of your shit, man. He's just shooting rockets at everything. So I've had enough of this. Does he have the one rocket left, or has he already fired? Oh, we got taken down while I was flying through the edge. Baz of the North still making progress over here, so now they're starting to break through in a way that they're cutting off this push over here in the east. They're starting to just split their lines. There's cap pressure going on at cattle sheds. This is getting aggressive from Baddies of the North. 41 minutes left on the clock. Pathfinders having a hard time holding this down. They still got their half track. They've got supply trucks driving in, dropping extra supplies. They have a red zone garrison right outside of cattle sheds. This is a massive problem. Baddies of the North, I wouldn't be surprised to see them bring in at least 3-4 squad leaders. Ooh, Dunce gets a hold of the supply truck over there. Only one squad leader. But the supply truck is gone. That's going to draw attention this way. Still breakthroughs going on over here in the east as well. They've got this P4 holding this down still. Monza! I'll give you a heart. This garrison didn't bring in as much pressure as I thought it might. But that can be a gamble. Bringing in a ton of guys on a backline garrison and then all of a sudden your front line's exposed, and if the attack doesn't work, they just walk right through your front door afterwards. So you got to be careful when you're using those backline garrisons. You can't just drop your whole team. I did expect more squad leaders, though. I would have expected 3-4 squad leaders to spawn in, spread out, get their OPs up, make sure it's safe to bring in your infantry, and then just start bringing your guys in. They are doing it, though. They are getting the pressure on here from the back side. Data probably has eyes on that half track now. Maybe not. Might not have spotted it. Shooting down the hedge, though. HAL 9000 has made it through. HAL 9000 does get cleaned up, but he made it all the way through. That was weird. I started to sneeze and then stopped. Not sure if that's a good thing. It's like a bad sign, right? Like bad luck. Man, Baddies of the North are really getting on cattle sheds, though. Let's take a look at the map. We haven't looked at the map in a few minutes. This is just all over the place. There's a handful of guys who have managed to slip through for Pathfinders. Their garrison spread still looks good, but Baddies of the North, they're just finding the gaps, and they're getting spawns in those gaps. There comes the bombing run. I actually think it's a defensive bombing run. Oh, Campo trying to keep this OP alive. Zavali runs up, gets the OP, jumps in. Zavali gets the kill. They clean this up over here. Swift has been there for some time. Here comes the Greyhound pushing past. Going to drive right past this garrison. Right into Kugo's rockets. Boom, there goes the Greyhound. 76 pushing up, though. This should level the playing field over here a little bit. Again, Kugo going straight for the rockets. Gordon bomb goes down. Kugo's going to get the damage, and then Chart's going to come around with the satchel. Chart gets taken down by Slug. Again, Kugo runs out of rocket and just starts messing with the tankers. That garrison is still active. I don't know if Slug can see it. No. Kugo gets taken down. Maybe the 76 will spot the garrison, but I don't think so. I don't think the driver saw it. No, he's just positioned himself to shoot into cattle sheds, and Baddies of the North has complete control of cattle sheds. That garrison is still active over there. They got the P4 in the point. They still got the P4 and a Tiger over there in the east. Pathfinders has a number of guys over by the guards. Might be able to get some OP set up after the capture, start putting some pressure on, but it does look like Pathfinders is going to lose cattle sheds here at the 36-minute mark. There it is. Baddies of the North has indeed taken cattle sheds. Now it's going to become a close-in fight as Legrand is the final point for Pathfinders. These guys are going to start grinding directly into each other. Pathfinders has several squad leaders over here to the west. I see 3 in the immediate area with a 4th backing it up. Potato does get taken down. I'm not sure. It does look like he was able to get his OP back up, though. So, might be able to get some pressure going on over there in the west. Over here in the east, Pathfinders actually has a number of guys in place as well. No squad leaders, though. So, at best, that can cause a little bit of chaos back here. I do see R-Dubs is back here as a squad leader. Should be able to get an OP up here in the wheat field right now. Yep, OP up. And he gets protected by Maori, who takes down Bendy right there. Pathfinders with a halfway decent looking push going on here. Maori gets taken down. Not even sure by who. Airhead coming down directly into Dunce's lap. There goes the grenade. There goes the airhead. Very vigilant by Baddies of the North catching that airhead. Now there's some guys pushing this way from Pathfinders, not just pushing straight towards the point, so it does look like they're trying to clear out some of the spawns over here. You got R2 is over here hunting. Now while R2 is doing this, I did see at least one full squad push towards the point. Not sure what he's looking for over here. Just zigzagging, looking for garrisons. Gonna get cleaned up by 3FM. Little too out in the open there, R2, running across that field like that. That open courtyard. This push over here looking pretty good. Flynn Rider up on the Tiger. And the satchel is on. And it's just Wicks in the tank now, too, so he has no idea that the satchel is on. He's just a solo. Here comes the P4. The P4 is driving up. Oh, no. No, don't do it. No way. No way. Oh, he might be able to drive away in time. He is moving away. There's still plenty of time on that. Yeah, he's going to be fine. Wow. One of these days, I'll see the double kill from one satchel. The Tiger goes down. Now, over here in the west, these squad leaders had established themselves, but they're catching a lot of pressure from Baddies of the North, who has obviously built a garrison over here. This garrison's actually on the north side of the line, but I suppose it doesn't really matter. It'll be easily destroyed by anybody who comes across it, but Pathfinders has to make it to the garrison first. Baddies of the North Pushing infantry straight up into these guys. Anger goes down. The one gets a hold of Lost That Love and Feeling. Ant goes down to the one. The one just tearing it up. The Witty takes him down. Ooh, Satchel goes off on the house for no reason. Just for fun. Pathfinders now starting to make some progress here on the front door. They're making their way up into the sheds. P4 on the backside still supporting. Falk taking shots at Gordon. Gordon goes down. I'm not even really sure why the P4 was already shooting at Poopsack before he even peeked that corner, but alright. I suppose sometimes it just be like that. You just pre-fire. Alright, we're about a quarter of the way capped now here at Cattle Sheds, but Pathfinders does not have too much of a hold. The garrison's right here inside the wheat. Should be able to bring some reinforcements back. 31 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of times for Pathfinders to turn this around. .76 catching some fire. What is that? B4. B4, who is now pretty significantly damaged, should have to back off. Ooh, rocket went right over top of him. I think that was from Zwack. P4 now repositioning to take on this infantry. He is a very lonely looking P4. Oh, there's his infantry. I swear to God, that is that same P4 from the start of the game. It's the same crew. Hey, it's your mom's mom. What's up, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. What is going on back here? Like, what blew up back here? Just a truck? Looks like they're just waiting for a tank back there. Might be able to take out that P4. Alright, let's head over here to the west, see what's going on. Oh, wow, look at that. It looks like most of this pressure almost... no, not even most anymore. Oh, he got the squad leader. They wiped. He jumped in, got the OP, and wiped with the squad. He got the OP. Pathfinder's completely cleaned out of the west now. They have one OP. They do have one OP wide. Maybe somebody could start slipping in around behind. They drop supplies over there. I don't know that HGK's paid attention to that. I also see Fluffy Shadowcat coming around from the backside with a Stewart. Fluffy Shadowcat gets found by Wix. The Rib Killer also gets found out by Wix. Here goes the Stewart pushing up. Wix gets taken out. Those guys spent a lot of time getting there, too. The Stewart should be able to get a hold of this garrison, which is just up there inside the courtyard, but it depends on where the tanks are. Oh, no. He ain't gonna get nothing, man. There's a tiger right here. Your mom's mom calling him out, getting blasted. Is this a full tiger? No, he was probably on his way to this tank. There goes the Stewart heading straight towards him. Oh, he sees him. And there he goes. That was a fast switch. Nice shooting, you. Yeah. Nice quick shot. Managed to take down that Stewart. He didn't get the garrison, nothing. It was a good effort trying to swing around the backside, but gets wiped. Tank just pushing straight out in the center now. Looks like they took out this 76 while we were watching that. guys are all over these guys now, pushing through. The P4 is just clearing everything out. All this infantry's getting cleaned up. Everybody gets wiped out. Maori maybe, might be able to get a satchel on this P4, but nope, gets shot, cleaned up. That's a full wipe here in the center, except for Flynn Rider spawning in on this OP. Nice rocket from Flynn. Gets shot in the back before he can get the next one out, though. There goes the OP. It's up to Iron Time and his boys. Hold down this front door position. This P4 is just right up in it, too. Just park this thing right in the cap zone. Yep, and because of it, he's starting to cap. Here comes Domo as an AT. You might be able to get a hold of him. He is going straight down the road. Here comes Domo's rocket. There's the hit on the P4. The engine's done. Domo will clean him up with the next rocket. Nice shot. And the P4 goes down. But that's the other P4 right there, right? So they've... No, that's a Tiger. Let's take a look at the map. We haven't looked at the map in a few minutes. This P4 still anchoring down the east. Plenty of infantry over here in the west holding this down. Doesn't look like somebody got up close to this garrison, got cleaned up. This OP that was over here to the west has been cleaned up. Baddies of the north looking very stable. Pathfinders, not too bad. They've got decent garrison spread. Obviously, they could use a garrison here in the center, but they got to take the position first before they can put a garrison there. And Baddies of the north just pushing out. There's almost nothing over here in the west, too. So Baddies of the north is going to be able to just spread out along this hedgerow. They've got Pathfinders completely boxed into LeGrand now. Ooh, here comes a push, a counter push coming in from Pathfinders. They got the garrison right below us, bringing these boys back in. XL coming around the backside. Should have heard R-Dubs. Does indeed. Takes out R-Dubs. Has eyes on the garrison. Throws out the grenade. No spawn. Garrison destroyed. Nice push by Excel right there. Baddies of the North now making their way up the main road, starting to pressure the very, very edge of the circle now, I think, even. Yeah, very close. Pathfinder still has some guys trying to swing out wide to the west. Armadillo and 2 Cents trying to fight their way down the trenches. Not even. They're about to get flanked by Anger. Trench fight breaking out in front of us here. Full-size hit casualties. Armadillo still hanging out in that tree. Keeps it under control. Yoshi holding with his MG back there. Another spawning on that OP. Trying to keep that progress going on in the west. Heading over to the east. Pathfinder's a little bit of progress. They've kind of pushed out from their HQ now. Not feeling so pushed back over here in the east. This P4 still holding this position. It's got the ammo station and everything. Just loading it up. Not sure why it sounds like he's loading the rounds by hand. Widow making his way up the hedge. Gets taken down by 2 Cents with a nice quick shot peeking the hole right there. Rockets coming across from Crazy Boots. Again, Badges of the North getting right up on these guys. Crazy Boots gets taken down by LaFunk. Mr. Crab takes down the Funk and then gets taken down in return. It's hard to cross those open fields over there. Oh, Kugo out in the open gets taken down. They're watching. Tank's up close now. You got the tank is actually looking towards the east for Pathfinders. Is this a Tiger? It is. The Tiger right up close for Baddies of the North. Not quite enough to support the push, though. Comes a bombing run. As an offensive bombing run coming from Baddies of the North. Doesn't look like it's going to get too much. No garrisons, nothing. Got a couple of kills. Not too bad. Here's going to come their backup push behind it. They're going to run into a lot of infantry, though. Looks like the P4 over here now engaging the medium. The medium is backing off. The medium is damaged. Can the Tiger get a shot on him through the buildings? Negative. Negative. It looks like the medium Sherman has managed to back up and he's going to be able to repair. They desperately need this tank to stay alive. Let's take a look at the map, see what's going on for the tank situation. There's a light coming out over in the west for Pathfinders. P4 pushing up over there. Catching rounds from the medium Sherman. The medium Sherman goes down. Nice shooting from John Foreskin. Medium Sherman goes down. Without that tank, we'll see how aggressive Baddies of the North gets. I mean, they have several. They have like a tank in each sector, and Pathfinders has one light tank coming out of their western HQ right now. Oh, no. They've got a heavy. They've got a heavy over here in the east. He's looking the other way. He's not dealing with this P4. He's trying to get shots on that Tiger, I think. I don't think he can quite get a hold on him, but definitely trying to get on this infantry out here. Rebellion lighting him up as well. Catching... Did he just catch her out from the P4? Hold on, where is that coming from? Oh, right there. .76 looks really weird in the shadow. And there he goes. 76 is down. Another Pathfinder's tank bites the dust. Very unfortunate for them. Baddies of the North still not being overly aggressive here on the final point, even though they have this tank advantage. 18 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. Ooh, Pathfinders are starting to break through over here. Squashburn gets several kills. Can he get his OP up? Can he bring his boys in? Where is his OP? Right behind him. He did get his OP up. He's just got to stay alive long enough to bring in some support. There's the spawn in. There goes Bert. Bert being my contact for this stream. I'm going to follow him for a minute. See if he does something cool. Nice overwatch position. Kills Ben. Might be able to see Miro down there. Does indeed see Miro. Miro goes down. Oh. Chart goes down. Prince Coyote gets a kill on Poopsock. Bert gets the kill on Prince Coyote. Bert with a commanding position. I'll have to remember this. How well can you see him from over here? You hardly can see him at all. Nice shooting by Bert. Those look like Pathfinders actually even starting to push out here in the center now. 17 minutes, 30 seconds left. There's another spawn in. Bert trying to protect this. Gets 2 more kills. As the infantry making their way up the hedgerow. Some crossfire machine gun fire from the P4 or from the other Tiger over there. Preventing the infantry from making it all the way up for Pathfinders. Squashburn gets taken down. Bert finally gets cleared out of the hedgerow. Swift making his way up the hedge. Looking to meet this attack single-handedly. Does manage to get the rib killer. Oh, Gordon comes around the corner and takes out Swift. All right, let's go ahead and back the camera up for a minute and take a look at the map, see what's going on with the map here. Looks like over here in the east, there's a tank that's actually pushed up now after the loss of the 76 that was over there. Quite a bit of infantry pushing across the east side of the map behind him, trying to secure this entire HQ. He's just taking out trucks back there now. Moss comes around the corner, gets taken out by Mallow, along with Dunce. Nice shooting by Mallow. Slug back there, doesn't spot the one, but Mallow does, so holds his position. Does have more guys push towards him, though. There's an OP right on the other side. Widow gets LaFunk. Here comes Mallow. Mallow gets taken down by Widow. Slug way back there. I want to see what he's looking at, because... does not seem to see Widow there at all. Oh, swing and a miss. That was definitely a shot at Widow. Now repositioning. All right, let's head back over to the east, see what's going on over here. There goes Luke's. Oh. Got blown up right as we locked onto it. Taken down by the 76 over there on the road. Still pressure coming in from the east from this squad here. Our Dub's keeping his boys coming straight down this hedgerow. Looks like Zulu Vivid has managed to swing around past them. Might start coming down the next hedgerow. It actually looks like he's going to bypass and go straight down the main hedge into cattle sheds. We'll see what he does. Prince Coyote spawns in right there. Should be able to spot these guys coming down the hedgerow. Does manage to catch Victor. Zulu Vivid still making his way down. This isn't in one of them little nooks. Prince Coyote comes straight towards him. Nice shooting by Zulu Vivid. Bendy in the road over there as a squad leader crossing the road. Zulu Vivid's going to make his way right past him. More infantry pushing back from behind him. You've got these boys back here are also starting to pressure into this, starting to push into the flank of the attack coming from Baddies of the North right there on the front door. Supplies coming down behind Zulu Vivid. Not sure if he's planning on getting a garrison up or if he's going to just bypass. Looks like he's going for the garrison. Right on top of this OP. Clears the OP. Icon headed that way. Icon taking some shots at Zulu Vivid. Icon gets taken down before he can get over there. What else was over here? Yes, so there was a garrison and a couple of OPs. Should be able to get something up, but he's got infantry heading this way now. By the time he gets this garrison up, it might be too late. He's going to get converged on from multiple directions. Arthur watching with the machine. Oh, Arthur just spawned. What is he watching with the machine gun? Let's find out. Is that how you do that? You lay on it? You don't stand in the trench and set up. You lay on the sandbag and set up. I see. Zulu Vivid heading that way. He's right on top of this garrison. Gets Arthur. Should just about be close enough to hear the garrison. Takes some fire. He's going to go for the garrison. He's on the garrison. Garrison will go down. Nice play there from Zulu Vivid. Let's head back over here to the front door, see what's going on. Does look like a number of guys from Pathfinders of the North have managed to make it up right on the zone. Pyrochemist, I think, is in the circle. Pyrochemist, the master infiltrator, almost makes it across the road. Gets shredded by the tank and R2 at the same time. Don't think he got his OP up over there, so no, they're still pushed back. Pathfinders, again, very aggressive over here in the east, starting to take control of this intersection here. If they can control this intersection, they can effectively box out the eastern HQ. 9 goes down to Hell 9000. And it does look like Pathfinders has taken control of this eastern intersection. 11 minutes and 10 seconds left on the clock. These guys are just all over each other here as Pathfinders trying to push in. Pathfinders of the North, I don't know, it doesn't feel like they're trying too hard to put the nail in the coffin, but they're definitely controlling their space. Definitely controlling their space. Over here in the in the west, it does seem like, yeah, Pathfinders of the North has taken back the trench line across Breakor. You have a tank pushing up into him over here. Stewart trying to help support this flank. Don't see any ATs at the moment. And we know that garrison got destroyed. They did drive a supply truck back in there. Could have already been there. Commander's still there. Just getting OPs. He's doing some work. Oh, he's going to get himself stuck. That was something to behold. And the Stewart goes down. My God, I can't wait to clip that. Oh, that was nuts. Okay, oh wow, look at, so back over here in the center, it looks like now that we're below the 10-minute mark, Pathfinders of the North have decided that they want the 5-0 victory after all, and are beginning to push in and capture LeGrand. They've got 2 squad leaders up close. Should be able to get their OPs up in the zone. Yeah, they got their OPs right there. Hairhead coming down. They've got a Puma up in it to protect the airhead. Here comes the 76. Should be able to get a shot on this Puma. Depending on how he plays this, that Puma's in danger. 76 does manage to stall up the capture. A couple more spawn-ins on the OPs. .76 just blasting this infantry. These guys are getting up in the zone. They are kind of getting the capture. We'll see what happens with this airhead. They have enough map control. They could, in theory, just drop their whole team on this airhead and still be able to respawn on the defense if they need to. Risky. Risky, but they could potentially do it. Here comes the Tiger pushing up. He's catching a round from the AT gun that's behind us. I don't think that AT gun's going to be able to do too much to the Tiger. Tiger catches a round from the 76 as he drives past that opening. Here comes a bombing run going across all of Pathfinder's defenders. They do manage to get some spawn-ins at the exact moment the bombing run goes through, so that should help keep them alive. Several engineers here. Oh, that's a defensive airhead? Is that a... Wait. No, that's an OP. I'm an idiot. I just... disregard. Idiot. I saw the 2 engineers, and it kind of looked like they both spawned off the same spawn. So. I thought maybe there was a defensive airhead there for a second, but there is not. There is instead a Tiger up in the circle, kind of catching some rockets, but there's a lot of infantry backing him up. More spawn-ins on the OPs. That airhead is still live. Here comes the counter bombing run coming from Pathfinders. It's gonna clean up a ton of this infantry. Not sure how Ralphus and Dunce survived that, but they did manage to survive it. There's still a lot of infantry here. There's still a Tiger in their back lines. Over halfway capped on the final point. 7 minutes left on the clock, but I don't think it's going to be needed. There goes, who was that, a Greyhound? Puma? There is another 76 coming out. This Tiger looks like he's got some, no, more AT guns being taken out by the Tiger. Rockets coming from R2 is not going to be enough. I don't think that 76 is going to be in position in time to catch this Tiger as he's pulling back. Infantry now being flanked from the west for Pathfinders. They're losing all of their defenders. Another massive spawn in back there on the garrison, but I don't think it's going to be enough. It's not close enough to the circle. 6 minutes and 30 seconds left, but it doesn't matter. Pathfinders has taken the gold. And there you have it. All right, let's take a look at some combat scores real quick. All right. Oh, yeah. 802 is tanks. 509. Come on, where's them juicy ones? 1161 from 9. That's what I'm talking about. 900 from Flynn Rider. 693 from Dam. All right, let's take a look over here. Baddies of the North. 1382 from Falk. 1247 from Kerwhip. 1184 from John. 1034 from Rob. And I'm sure there was several more. Top kills, we've got Cap K with 127. 9 with 107. Those are the top two. After that, it looks like we get, I don't know, somewhere in there is going to be the Artie guy. I don't know who was on Artie, so either way, that's going to be it. I don't really have a ton of commentary for you guys. I kind of just said it in the match. Your infantry was looking good. Baddies of the North tanks, man, they were pushing Pathfinders all over the place. It seems like almost every tank engagement I came across, it really went to their favor. And towards the end there, you could see it. They had like 4 tanks on the map at any given time. So well played by Baddies of the North tanks. Otherwise, thank you very much for asking me to cast this for you guys. I really appreciate it. And, you know, just keep in mind that all of my opinions are, in fact, just my opinions and that I don't have any idea what I'm talking about. I've been doing this for years and I still don't know what's going on. So thank you, everybody who watched. And you guys take it easy. What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let 'em burn.